The Biography of Corrado Malanga. Corrado Malanga was born in La Spezia in 1951. He has worked as a researcher at the Chair of Organic Chemistry in the Department of Chemistry and Industrial Chemistry, part of the Faculty of Mathematical, Physical and Natural Sciences of the University of Pisa since 1983. He's also the author of various articles published in international scientific journals. Parallel to this work, he developed an interest in UFO theories and collaborated with the National Ufology Centre, or CUN, until he became the head of a technical scientific committee within this organisation. A series of disagreements, in particular regarding the evaluation of the phenomenon of alien abduction, although this was not the sole cause, led Malanga to leave the CUN in 2000. Subsequently, Malanga's theories influenced the Tuscan Stargate group and other Stargate groups based in other regions of Italy, Friuli, Lombardy and Lazio in particular, which in 2008 joined to form the CSI, or the Italian Stargate Organization. Malanga has not been a formal part of the Stargate groups and the CSI since the 1st of December 2009. Although pieces written by him prior to that date are still hosted on their websites, as are those by other researchers. It is no longer correct to say that these groups and movements represent Malanga. The high attendance at Malanga's conferences bears witness to the existence of a real movement, which would appear to be growing, and which lives through numerous websites, blogs and forums in many languages, all of which share the discoveries of Corrado Malanga. Malanga's central thesis is that many more people have been kidnapped or abducted by aliens than is commonly thought. In fact, the majority of abductees do not remember the kidnapping, despite bearing some physical traces of it, in the form of scars that date back to operations and surgery performed by the aliens. They only recover the memories of this event through the use of instruments such as regressive hypnotherapy and neuro-linguistic programming, used by Malanga according to a specific methodology which enables him to distinguish between the true and false memories of the abduction. Malanga has also developed an initial self-assessment test which can be filled in online and allows people to identify themselves as abductees. Malanga maintains that the fact that the majority of people who take the test result positive shows that despite the aliens' best efforts, some vague memory remains and drives the abducted people to complete the test and contact Dr. Malanga. Unlike other authors of books about UFOs, and herein lies the main reason for the separation and controversy previously mentioned, Malanga maintains that the abduction phenomenon is not positive but negative. The aliens are not our brothers from outer space, who come to bring peace and love, but enemies of humankind who manipulate terrestrials to take from them the energy they need in order to survive and pursue their dreams of immortality. Malanga also contests the theories that there are good aliens and bad aliens. According to a popular author of the ufology world, David Icke from England, the bad reptilians and good Pleiadians. Even the so-called good aliens are just bad aliens in disguise. While the Greys, mentioned in ufology literature, are a sort of biological robot that serves the aliens, used in the kidnappings too, the extraterrestrials are divided into 5 main races, some of which collaborate and some of which are at conflict with each other. Each race has slightly different aims when abducting terrestrials, but they all essentially use humans to take vital energy and seek a life much longer than ours, or even immortality. To this end, they use various procedures to deposit their memories in the brains of abductees, which they can subsequently recover, or they temporarily separate the soul of the abductee from their body and insert it into an alien body to absorb its vital energy. Or they might enter the mind of the abductees using a phenomenon similar to possession. In their quest for immortality, the aliens do not kidnap just anybody, but only humans with a soul, which account for no more than 20% of humanity. Abduction is also hereditary. An abductee typically has a parent who was abducted, and their children will probably in turn be taken. However, despite their advanced abduction techniques, the aliens are not infallible. Although they may not realize it, some people can resist attempts at abduction. However, they will experience various paranormal disturbances and phenomena, even spontaneous human combustion in the most extreme cases, due to the enormous expenditure of energy caused by resisting the alien assault. The techniques proposed by Malanga claim to be able to remedy a large number of disturbances which may appear to be of physical or psychic origin, but which actually derive from unconscious memories and the consequences of the alien abduction. To those who liken these procedures to the auditing performed by the Church of Scientology, Malanga replies that Scientology's approach to extraterrestrial phenomena is entirely superficial. Over the course of Malanga's procedure, it is possible to interact with the aliens present in the minds of the abductees, addressing them as the exorcist does with the devil in cases of possession, and ultimately liberate the abductee from this presence and its consequences. This reference to possession does not imply that Malanga expresses positive judgment on religions. Quite the contrary. On the one hand, Malanga's theory claims to be able to provide a scientific explanation for phenomena roughly interpreted by religions. Glossolalia, or rather alloglossia, speaking in unknown languages, for example, and memories assumed to be from past lives which actually derive from access to the aliens' memories or the memories of other people abducted by the same aliens. All these memories are mixed when the human brain is used as a storage or deposit. On the one hand, the large religions, just like politics and the plots for a new world order, are of use to the aliens, when they are not tricks invented by them, to convince humans to allow their psychic energies to be absorbed by the extraterrestrials without too much protest. Malanga maintains that visions of Mary are often staged by aliens to this end, and he is quite uncompromising when it comes to religion. Aliens disguised as priests, monks, nuns, gods, and popes confuse us and scare us by promising severe punishment in our future if we do not do as they say, he explained in an interview. We must reject religion then, and convince ourselves that God is inside us because we are God. Starting from this awareness, study of this phenomenon has developed beyond simply denouncing the actions of the aliens and their accomplices, to propose a path that leads to greater self-awareness and the discovery of man, understood as being closest to God. A brief scientific curriculum of Dr. Corrado Malanga. Dr. Corrado Malanga is currently employed at the Department of Chemistry and Industrial Chemistry at the University of Pisa, where he has been a researcher since 1987 and is the author of numerous scientific publications. His biography can be found online, both on the university website and by typing his name into a scientific search engine such as Cirrus. Dr. Malanga handles research into the synthesis and reactivity of heterocyclic compounds, both heteroaromatic and not, the reactivity of the organoelement compounds of nickel, silicon, magnesium and aluminium, and new reactions in organic chemistry linked to the attainment of compounds with a higher value through functional group interconversion, FGI. These interests led to the publication of over 60 articles in international chemistry journals, the most part of which were published in English and American journals. Malanga has taught in various different sectors, from holding several courses on organic chemistry to acting as tutor and assistant supervisor for many theses on chemistry and industrial chemistry. In these cases, Dr. Malanga's graduands have always distinguished themselves at the graduation exam of the old university system and never achieved less than full marks, having completed experimental theses of at least 2 years of continuous work. Dr. Malanga is one of the Italian researchers who has held most courses at a European level. Worthy of note are his courses on Organic Chemistry 1, Organic Chemistry 2, Organic Chemistry 3, Organic Chemistry 2 Laboratory, Organoelement Compound Chemistry, and Eco-Sustainable Organic Chemistry, or Green Chemistry, as well as a Graduate Chemistry, Industrial Chemistry, Environmental Chemistry, and Biological Sciences. He is currently responsible for the Organic Chemistry 1 course, the graduate course in Industrial Chemistry with Environmental Specialization, and Master's Degree course in Organic Eco-Sustainable Chemistry.